guys. Hey, everyone. First off, I want to say happy 2025. I hope everyone had a happy new year. I hope everyone was safe. So, I woke up today and as I was eating breakfast, I came across Ken Urker's post. Ken Urker, who is dating Gypsy Rose Blanchard, he posted this to his Instagram account and it says, "Welcoming 2025 with the greatest gift of all." When I actually saw it, it had only been posted for about 10 minutes. And I was like, what? Because, I wasn't expecting Gypsy to give birth for another 3 weeks or so. Her due date, I think, was around the 22nd of January. Now, I do want to say, giving birth early is not abnormal. It's very not abnormal, okay? To give birth early. I went into preterm labor with every one of my kids. Thankfully, we were able to stop it the majority of the time. However, I do have two kids that were born premature, one that had to stay in the NICU for a little bit of time. There has been rumors that her and Ken were split up, but Gypsy and Gypsy's stepmom, Christy, have denied those rumors. You really don't know what is going on with this family because let me tell you guys, this family is just wild. Let me make myself bigger because when Gypsy got out of jail, this date is significant as well. The date that she had the baby, according to TMZ, Gypsy gave birth on December 28th. So the reason why that date is significant is because that is exactly 1 year to the date that she got out of prison. Gypsy Rose Blanchard got out of prison on December 28th, 2023. She got out of prison in the early morning hours. They released her at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Her then husband, Ryan Urker, picked her. What? Ryan Urker? Ryan Anderson picked her up and it's the same exact day. Okay. So that's why the date is pretty significant. It's literally the same day. So that date is going to have December 28th is forever going to have a meaning to Gypsy. The day she was released and now the date of her baby's birth, which is so ironic, right? So as we all know, Gypsy was married when she got out of prison. She married, sorry, you guys. She married Ryan in June of 2022 while behind bars. When she was released from prison, they were already filming for her Lifetime show. So we saw all of that play out. The timeline I'm going to go over, you guys. You know what? Let's go over this TMZ article really quickly that announces because TMZ talks directly to Christy, which is Gypsy's stepmom. So we're going to read this article really quickly, and then we're going to go over timeline because people, they are questioning. People, they're like, hey, is it possible that the baby is Ryan's? And then other people, there's like, no, there was a DNA test done. And then other people's like, you didn't see the messages that leaked between Christy and somebody where Christy said that was the Gypsy edited the DNA test. So there has been so much drama. There has been so much drama surrounding this situation from messages that were leaked where Gypsy supposedly says she wanted to be back with Ryan, where she allegedly told Ryan, I'm over Ken, but I don't want to hurt him. Just give me time. Like literally messages that you're like, are these fake? Are they real? What is going on here? However, this whole time, Gypsy and Ken and Christy have all maintained that Gypsy and Ken have been together. They're going strong. So I've seen it in my comments, where people's like, there was a DNA test done. And they're like, yeah, but did you see the messages where they were fake? So I'm like, let's just talk about it. We're going to go over this article where TMZ announces that she had the baby. And then we're going to go over this timeline of events. And then we'll talk about what's out there, what's being said, because it's so hard to know what to believe. It really is. It's so hard to know what to believe. People can fake things so easily these days. That is not the baby right here, you guys. That's not the baby. That's funny that a big old baby popped up. Okay. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, happy new baby year. Happy new baby year. Welcome, Aurora Urker. I don't know how to say that right. It's been quite the new year for Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who is now a new mama. Wait, is it Aurora, Raina, or Rain? I think it's Raina, isn't it? Gypsy and partner Ken tell TMZ that she gave birth on December 28th in Louisiana to Aurora, Urker, however you want to say it. And that exact date just so happens to be the 1 year anniversary of Gypsy's prison release. It's Raina. So yeah, Aurora Rain would flow better than Aurora Raina, but whatever. Okay, apparently it is Aurora Raina. Ken added, Aurora is healthy and we are so happy. So there's the picture. There's a close up. And someone, y'all, it never fails when I post photos on my Facebook page of celebrities. People will always say, this looks Photoshop. And I'm like, I got it off their page. Like, if it's Photoshop, they did it. I don't know. She is on parole for 2 years. So look at the head of hair on that baby. That baby's got a head of hair. No, I don't think it's been put out yet how much the baby weighed, the size of the baby, if the baby had to. It doesn't look like the baby wasn't sent to NICU. So that's one thing which kind of made me wonder, like, is the baby full term or is the baby actually early? Because that's over 3 weeks early, right? Which babies are early. Like I said, I've been pregnant 7 times, given birth 6 times, had a miscarriage, unfortunately, but 2 of my babies were early. My earliest one was 6 weeks early, and he was in the NICU for 12 days. Being a little over 3 weeks early, I would wonder, what's the chances of it needing to go to the NICU versus not. I'm not sure, but I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. I'm so sorry, Blood Moon. I don't know what is the deal with these ads. I do apologize. But yes, somebody was like, this looks like a fake photo. This looks like AI because her hands are 2 different colors. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Ken posted an AI photo. But here they are. Now, Gypsy was a high-risk pregnancy due to her genetic disorder that she has. Doesn't look like the baby needed to go to the NICU, or if it did, maybe only for like a day, and this is afterwards. I'm not sure. Definitely looks real to me. Ken posted it himself. All right, so TMZ previously reported that Gypsy gifted Ken a promise ring right after their child's gender reveal, a symbol to let him know that she was committed to him, their relationship, and their new family. This was discussed on the Viles podcast, where she talked about how, she doesn't believe that just because she's pregnant that he should have to marry her. She's like, that is on him. That's for what he wants to do. Just because I'm pregnant, I'm not saying he has to marry me. That will be up to him. But she did give him a ring to represent her commitment to the relationship and their new family. Now, here she is pregnant. TMZ broke the news that Gypsy and Ryan Anderson reached a settlement in their divorce in early December, with Ryan's lawyer, Jeffrey Carrier, saying his client skipped the court appearance to save on those pricey attorney fees. Jeffrey explained to us that Ryan and Gypsy had been living apart for 6 months, so they went ahead with a new cause of action and wrapped up a uncontested divorce. That sped things up, letting them finalize it before the original January date. Because technically, when everything first kind of went down, Gypsy was supposed to have the baby before they were set to divorce. And if that would have happened, there would have been a whole other can of worms that would have went with this. If she would have had the baby before her and Ryan got a divorce, Ryan would have been legally the child's father, legally, because he would have been married to this woman. They would have had to go through paperwork, a DNA test, and things like that, to get everything in the proper order to where Ryan is no longer listed as a father and that Ken is. Now, Gypsy had a DNA test. Y'all, let me tell you something. Somebody came on one of my lives one day and was like, I think Gypsy's faking her pregnancy. Do you think she's faking her pregnancy? And I was like, what? No. Like, come on. No, she's not faking her pregnancy. That's crazy. I will say, after time, I did start kind of side-eyeing, like, what is going on here? Because photos would come out of Gypsy and her belly always looked different. I'm like, I've been pregnant 7 times and my belly never went from like boom to boom to boom to boom. It never I do know certain clothes can make you look bigger, but I just saw a lot of photos where I'm like, wait, she looks like she's not even pregnant here. And then the next photo from 2 weeks later, she have her belly. And I started thinking, why would I not question if she's really pregnant? She literally lied and said she needed a wheelchair for years. They literally got a free house. They literally, like, her mom and her were huge cons. So, they convinced people she had leukemia. So you can't, it's not outrageous to wonder about Gypsy because there were so many things that she did lie about. I mean, even to this day, when she released her book, My Time to Stand, yes, her book, her podcast with Kale, and her previous documentaries, I compared some of the stories that she told in them, and the stories were so vastly different. So there was a time where I was kind of wondering, like, wait, are we being duped? Like, is she pregnant? But there's been so much craziness surrounding this whole situation because let's go through this timeline. Okay. So she had the baby December 28th, which ironically is like the day her TikTok account was hacked like the day before that. Like the day before she had her baby, her TikTok account was hacked. At some point, there was another creator that shall not be mentioned, was live on TikTok with several other people. And allegedly, someone came in it and was like, you're going to make Gypsy have her baby early. Like, so I don't know. There were people that then was like, watch Gypsy pretend to be in the hospital because she's getting hate from this big creator. Like, watch her, So I'm like, geez. Which here's the thing: was it earlier? Did she lie? I mean, really, we don't know if she was full term 40 weeks. We don't know if she was 34 weeks. We don't know how many weeks she really was because it's so hard to know. Gypsy left Ryan at the end of March. So she announced that she left Ryan on her personal Facebook at the end of March. She made the public announcement on TMZ. TMZ announced it on March 29th. On April 2nd, Gypsy and Ken got matching tattoos on April 2nd. Just a few days after TMZ announced that Gypsy and Ryan were split up. Ken spent the weekend in New Orleans with Gypsy the weekend prior, which would have been March 29th to the 31st. They got the tattoos. They were spotted out and about at like the dollar store holding hands. On April 4th, Gypsy and Ken did a TikTok live where they said that they had not been intimate and they were just friends. Okay, so literally, the end of March, she says privately that they're on her private Facebook, they're split up. March 29th, the public announcement. March 29th to the 31st, she's in New Orleans with Ken. April 4th, they do the TikTok live where he's like, we're just friends. We haven't been intimate. And she's like, yeah, besides, I'm on birth control. That's what she said. She says, besides, I'm on birth control because there was rumors like, what if you get pregnant? And two, on February 27th, Ryan posted a photo of Gypsy's belly with his hand on it. And it said something about, I love my little family so much, which sparked rumors that Gypsy was pregnant on March 27th. Okay. So when she and Kim went live in April, there were people like, you're going to get pregnant. You're going to get pregnant. Y'all are sleeping together, and she's like, I'm on birth control. I can't get pregnant. And Ken's like, we're not even doing anything. We're just friends. Photos come out of them holding hands, which, as friends. On April 28th, that's the weekend that Ken claims that the first time they were sexually active with each other was the weekend of the festival that he went down to visit. And the date for that was the 28th of April. So April 28th is when he claims they were first intimate. Then April 30th, they made their relationship official. They went social media official, whatever. And then July 9th, she announced that she was pregnant. So if April 28th would have been when they first slept together, December 28th would have been 8 months. So he would have had to sleep with her like at least a couple weeks before that, which they were together a couple of weeks before that. They had been together for like a month, allegedly. So I did do this little calendar. And here's the thing. Conception dates, I feel like, can be a little bit more broad than what we think because we're just like counting to the 9 months. You know what I'm saying? but sperm can live in the woman for like 2 weeks from my understanding. So it can be kind of confusing. I did do this little pregnancy calculator just because my mom was wondering. All right, calculated based on due date. Your due date is December 28th, 2024. So up here, it says the calculator also estimates a possible range of days during which sexual intercourse might have led to conception based on sperm being viable for 3 to 5 days within the woman's body. But I think it can stay in your body up to 2 weeks, right? Most probable conception date would be April 4th to April 8th. Most probable dates of sexual intercourse that led to the pregnancy would be April 1st to April 8th. Possible conception dates, April 3rd to April 13th. I don't know why there's a different. Oh, I guess this is the earliest. This is the latest. Possible dates of sexual intercourse that led to pregnancy, March 29th to April 13th. To me, what this makes me feel like, because Gypsy announced that she left Ryan at the end of March. March 29th, her and Ken were already spending the weekend together. They were already. So to me, what I feel like more than likely, this is just my opinion, is it is probably Ken's baby, but they slept together earlier than what they told people. And they probably felt like, because they are literally on a live stream. Ken and Gypsy are on a live stream like April 4th, saying we're just friends. We're not sleeping together. We're not doing anything. So more than likely, in my opinion, the baby is his. But because they lied in early April and said we're not sleeping together, they had to act like the first time they slept together was April 28th, because that's what he said. He said that on the show. That the first time I was intimate with Gypsy was when I came down for the Jambalaya Festival, which was April 28th. That would not make sense for if she was full term this month. If she was full term when she had the baby. So, but yeah, her due date wasn't. It was supposed to be January 22nd, 2025. And that would have put her possible date of conception April 29th, May 3rd, April. So yeah, she could have calculated her last period as well. Yep, sometimes, a lot of times that's what they'll do. They'll ask you to date your last period. Here it is. It's 1Q21.1 micro deletions. This is the chromosome deletion that Gypsy Rose Blanchard has. Please read up on it to hear about the effects it has on growing children. This deletion is the reason for every procedure that Gypsy had to have. She has a 75% chance of passing this to her own child. Wow. Weaponizing trauma is when someone uses another person's past trauma or mental health issues against them. It can be a form of emotional abuse and can occur in many types of relationships, including romantic, familial, and professional. Here are some examples of weaponizing trauma: blaming others, dismissing concerns, using trauma to shut down conversations, which I feel like Amber Portwood does this and Gypsy Blanchard does this. They will use, did she always know about this disorder? She claims she didn't. She claims that she did not find out she actually had this disorder until she got out of prison and was going through her paperwork. Okay, Gypsy's wristbands. Someone's already broke down Gypsy's wristbands, which I have preeclampsia, and I don't remember what color wristband I had. So the blue wristband allegedly is preeclampsia. Let me bring this back up. Which really, I think it might depend on what state you're in. Which she's in Louisiana, which is where I am as well. I saw people say that, Frankie. In my opinion, this baby was born weeks ago when Gypsy started looking very ill and stayed in the hospital. They didn't tell the world until they were ready. They were already home to distract. I've seen people say that, like, oh, we think she had the baby a couple of weeks ago when she disappeared off the internet. All right, so the blue wristband is allegedly preeclampsia. The red is allergy, and the yellow is fall risk. All right. Preeclampsia can increase the risk of birth defects and other health problems for babies. Preeclampsia can cause an unplanned preterm birth, which is what happened with me. My son, I developed preeclampsia when I was 36 weeks. Preeclampsia can cause an unplanned preterm birth, which is delivery before 37 weeks. Premature babies may have breathing and feeding difficulties, vision or hearing problems, developmental delays, and cerebral palsy. Fetal Malformations. Preeclampsia can increase the risk of fetal malformations such as microcephaly and hydrospadias. Nope, hypospadias. Oh, that makes sense. Hypospadias. Okay. I'm so curious if and Gypsy said that she would not be posting her baby online. She said that. She was like, I'm not going to post my baby online. Which I'm like, girl, whatever. Like a lot of people do want to post. A lot of people are proud of their kids and they want to post them online. So I do think she spoke too soon when she said she didn't want to post her baby online. But I'm very curious if they're filming and if this will be captured on the show. I'm curious if she gave birth early, if there were any complications or if there's any effects on the baby. I'm very curious about this. Children of preeclamptic mothers may have cognitive and intellectual disabilities that begin early in life and persist throughout adulthood. Heart defects. Preeclampsia can be associated with fetal congenital heart defect. Preeclampsia can also cause other health problems for the mother, including seizures, kidney damage or failure, liver problems, stroke, bleeding problems, future risk of heart disease. I agree. I bet she would get big money for these pictures. So there was no announcement with birth weight. Ken just said like they're healthy. So I'm wondering if there will be a test performed for the chromosomal disorder that Gypsy has to see. Oh, thank you so much, Chloe. To see, I do appreciate that so much. Oh, and I love your dress. This is the only picture that's been shown of the baby, and I did see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, we think she had the baby early. We think she had the baby early." So, who in the chat thinks the baby has been born for a few weeks? If you think the baby's been born for a few weeks, I want to know. There's this part of me that also I'm like, did she? Because her account was hacked. There was a lot of people that felt like this was like a distraction or something, this hacked account. Then her account was banned. All the while, her account's hacked and she's supposedly in the hospital giving birth. I do want to say, I hope the baby is healthy. I hope everyone is healthy. I don't think an innocent baby should have to suffer just because of who their parents are. So I do hope that Gypsy will do the right thing and protect this child. While there's a part of me, the nosy part of me, that it's like, I want to see the pictures. I want to know, if there's any birth defects. I want to know about the chromosomal disorder. I want to know about all of this. There's the mother in me that's like, girl, keep your child off social media. Don't tell a soul about anything. So there's two sides of me. Yeah, I'm thinking if she had the baby earlier, I think if she had the baby earlier, considering that TMZ is saying what the due date is, I'm thinking they would have purposely lied about the date. Like, I think that's what are y'all thinking that? Like, are y'all thinking that she had the baby weeks ago, but just reported it to TMZ with the wrong date? Okay, so y'all think TMZ is reporting the 28th because that's what they were told. Yeah, because I know TMZ has a direct line to Gypsy Christie. Christie has worked with TMZ several times. So I'm positive that if they're saying the 28th, that's what they were told directly by them. Yes, the baby's name is Aurora Reina. Okay, Katie, I will check it. Well, I don't know if TMZ will ask for a birth certificate. Because I think TMZ, considering they speak to Christy and to Gypsy, you know what I'm saying? I know when I speak to sources that I know, if I speak to Kale Lowry and she tells me something about her pregnancy or about her life, I'm going to trust that she's telling me the truth. Especially if she's giving me accurate information all these other times, I'm going to be like, okay, which they're a media outlet. I'm not. But I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know if I would really think that TMZ would ask for a birth certificate. Well, it's not in yet. I guess the only thing they could ask for would be a screenshot, a picture of the wristbands. Yeah. I guess they could be like, well, can you send us a picture of the wristband so we know exactly the date? I feel like they would probably be okay with Christy telling them the date and then probably believing that. If it was born 3 weeks ago, then the kid must have been conceived a lot earlier because no way that baby looked. She had the same days as Gypsy. It was while I was. Yes, so the baby, according to what Ken, Christy, Gypsy, Ken posted the baby's, Ken himself posted that the baby was born December 28th. TMZ is reporting that it was on the 28th. So that's what they are saying, that it was the 28th. Can I, can I say that there's a part of me that's wondering if it really was? Sure. But yeah, they're saying that the baby was early because the baby's due date is not until January 22nd. So the baby was born early. Thankfully, despite Gypsy being high risk, despite her having preeclampsia, the baby, despite it being early, the baby seems to be doing fine. And if the baby did have to go to the NICU, it didn't seem for very long because before Gypsy was released from the hospital, she was able to hold the baby. I know back when I had my oldest, you were in the hospital 2 or 3 days, but by the time I had my youngest, if you had a vaginal birth, you were literally you stay one night, you were out the next day. I know, right, Mrs. Peacock? My first due date was February 10th. She was born 11/3, stayed in the hospital for 4 months. She's a very healthy 15-year-old. That's awesome. I want to say, okay, Elle, can you see my comment about my nephew that was born on the 27th and she had the same due date as Gypsy? Let me go find that. Frankie. Okay. Okay. I literally was just watching a Becca Scoops video about her this morning too. Emma says, I think she was born when Gypsy went off TikTok. It was my comment before that. I'm trying to find it, Frankie. This baby birth is right on time to the day that Gypsy left Ryan for Ken. That's what I'm saying. I just think more than likely they slept together as soon as like the first weekend they were together. All right, Frankie says, my nephew was born December 27th. Due date was January 27th. She had to be induced because of severe pregnancy rash that only stops when you deliver, but was 6 pounds, 14 ounces and stayed 2 days for jaundice. Okay, got you. All right. Wow, that's a pretty good birth weight to be a month, 4 weeks early. That's a good birth weight. I mean, possibly if your nephew would have stayed another 4 weeks, they say the last week you gain a pound a week. So let me see. They say the blue wristband is for preeclampsia. Louisiana hospital. So what are we thinking, guys? Is there anybody in here that thinks the baby's Ryan's? Oh, and the DNA test. That's the thing is there was a DNA test done and Ryan's like, I never denied that I would do one. I don't know why they didn't wait until like she had the baby where it would be easier, which I think they still did like an oral one, I think. I don't know. Well, no. I'm gonna make myself look dumb, so I'm gonna stop there. Yes, I do. Elle, you remember the baby Yoda in the closet? I sure do. When she was leaving Ryan, when she was packing her stuff to leave Ryan, there was a baby Yoda onesie in the closet. All right, so colored wristbands. Purple is a DNR. Yellow is a high risk for falling. Red is allergies. Green means a latex allergy. Pink is an arm should be avoided from withdrawing blood. Another creator put that blue means preeclampsia, so I don't know. On Chrissy's page, she says she had the test changed, but who knows if that was from. So that's what I'm saying, is that the screenshots were released of text messages where supposedly Christy was talking to somebody, and Christy was like, yeah, she edited the DNA test results. So I'm like, I don't know what the heck to believe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I am living this life being duped like by Gypsy and Dee Dee. I don't even know. Like you have to question everything. The hacking, the literally exactly. Right, Nat. Exactly. So Um, Now, if she developed preeclampsia, that would make sense why she might would go offline because which when I found out I had preeclampsia, that day I was set for induction. When I went to the hospital, and every week that you go, or every time you go, she every time you go to the doctor, the last few weeks or whatever, the last couple of months, they take the urine test or whatever. And Katie, I responded to your message. I responded to your email. But yeah, I can, or maybe I didn't. I get messages through Facebook Messenger, Instagram, like a million places. And yesterday we were at the movies for my son's birthday, so I didn't really do anything regarding work really, because my kids, when I'm with them, I try to be present with them, So it's very hard to keep up with my with all of my messages or whatever. So I just noticed that I did read it, but I guess I didn't respond. Um, so it was so good. We loved it. My son is a huge Sonic fan, and he just was so excited. He actually brought his little Sonic stuffed animal. Um, so when you go to the doctor, they do a urine test, and that can tell if you have preeclampsia. So when I went to my doctor's appointment in October, and I was swelling like crazy though. My feet were 10 times the size. 10 times the size. They were huge. So I knew something was up, like because I was swelling so bad. So I go to the doctor. My husband is offshore. He's coming home that day. He's offshore. He's set to come home that day and go in, pee. Then when I get back there, he's like, "You have preeclampsia. You have a high level of protein in your urine. It is not good for you, not good for the baby. You got to have that baby today." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "My husband's not home." He's like, "I don't care." He's like, "When will he be home?" I was like, "I mean, tonight." He's like, "Well, you're gonna have to have that baby today, probably before he gets home." I was like, "Oh my goodness." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you to leave right here, go to the hospital right over there." And I was like, "Okay." So I had to get on the phone and start calling everybody because if you have preeclampsia, and that could be the reason, since she is allegedly early, if the due date that we were led to believe, January 22nd, is the right due date, that absolutely could be the reason she had to give birth early is due to preeclampsia. So that is what someone is saying the blue wristband is for, that it is a wristband to let everyone know that she had preeclampsia. Yes, she did not look swollen at all, though. That is true. Now, the majority of my swelling was in my legs and feet, but my face did get a little. I mean, you could tell on my face I was pregnant. So I am waiting for more information, and I'm pretty certain TMZ will have it as the days go by. We'll probably get more pictures. We'll probably get more information. Um, Ken said that everyone was healthy, so that's good. Maybe she just went into labor early. Her water might have broke, and that's very possible. The only reason I was thinking early induction was due to if that blue wristband is preeclampsia, that would absolutely be a reason why they would induce early. Yep, I went in 10 days before I had my youngest and had to have her C-section. She already did it. Thank you for letting me know that because I couldn't remember. Even though I listened to that podcast in full twice, and then I listened to other bits of it multiple times. The baby does look really tiny. Yes. So that's where we're at right now, you guys. I am so curious about a few things, though. I really am. What is up with the story I heard about her wanting Ryan to sign an NDA? I'm not sure because Ryan has said on his lives several times, I've not signed an NDA. I can talk. I can say what I want to. Lulu, I can say what I want to say. Like, I have not signed an NDA. Now, when the hacker released the messages between Ryan and Gypsy, It showed where Ryan messaged Gypsy saying, I like the color when your hair is brown. You're the only girl for me. That'll never change. I'm just being honest." Well, then after that, she messaged him and was like, "Hey, can we meet up to talk after our court hearing, um, just for closure at like a cafe or somewhere?" I wholeheartedly we know that the cameras were there filming Gypsy for her show, which makes me wonder if Gypsy was hoping that she could get Ryan to meet up with her for them to film it, for them to film one last meetup between Gypsy and Ryan for the show. Because cameras were there following her for the show. And she has been so like anti Ryan since all of this. So I believe the only reason that Gypsy would ask Ryan to even meet up with her would be for the show. So she wasn't at Ryan, she was in the hospital. Oh, wow. My stepdaughter was born 5 weeks early in 1988 and was sent home. I have a picture of her next to a cigarette box, and they were the same size. The baby in the photo looks normal size. I would say the baby looks a little, but nothing too outrageous. My nephew was 2 pounds 7 ounces, and the other one was less than that. And then my older kid's dad, his cousin had a baby that was like a pound and something, and literally you could fit them in the palm of your hand. Now, all three of those stayed in the NICU for many, many, many months. Blue bracelet can also indicate on oxygen, which, maybe she was before she had a baby, and then afterwards her oxygen. The websites, I looked up Louisiana wristbands. And DNR is what I'm showing is purple. I don't know if it's by state hospital. So I just did Louisiana. I don't know. In Louisiana, many other hospitals are based on American Hospital Association recommendations, red, patient's allergies. So I'm seeing that purple indicates a DNR, yellow, falling, green, latex allergy, pink indicates a patient has a restricted extremity, such as an arm that should not be used for blood withdrawals or intravenous lines. This search term blue band for pregnancy. Blue band for, would it be pregnancy or labor? I don't know. A blue band is a wristband worn by pregnant patients who are at risk of developing preeclampsia or having high blood pressure after giving birth. So maybe, yeah, but I think you would. You know what? Let me see something. I could try, but I don't really know. I don't really know how that works. Yeah. It says on mine that the photo was taken on January 1st at 9:23 a.m., which was when I took a screenshot of it. So that's an internet rumor, J. Marie. I was induced with both of my last 3 weeks early, and one weighed 7 pounds 7 ounces. One of mine weighed 7'7". The other one's 5'14". Both had fully developed lungs, so neither went to the NICU. Yeah. It's not always that they're going to go to the NICU. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It really just depends on how developed the baby is. Wonder what the Go to John fella feels about this. Doing life in prison while she's out here having a baby. I often wonder that too. Like, how does he feel about all of this? I sure will tease Tabby's tease Tabby. Oh, thank you. Anyways, you guys, we're going on almost an hour long. So that's what it is. Due date was January 22nd. So it seems that she had her baby a little bit early. The baby seems to be doing good because baby is in her arms at the hospital. There is the band that would lead us to believe that she could have developed preeclampsia. Is my video having a lot of ads? I don't know what to do about it. I've tried to minimize them, and YouTube is greedy. And I'm like, y'all make billions of dollars. Stop placing a million ads on our videos, please. I want an Amber update. I'll be working on that today to see if I can get any information as to what's going on in her life. Yeah, the Becca Scoops video that she posted today is a good video. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump off, but leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that she was early? The baby was born early? Or do you guys think that the baby was born closer to the due date and she just lied about how far along she was? Do you guys believe that it's Ryan's babies, Ken's babies? Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Right click on the picture and hit picture properties to get date. It's telling me the date that I took the screenshot. That's what it's telling me, the date that I took it, which was the day. The time and the date is exactly to when I took the screenshot. Anyways, leave me your thoughts. I hope everyone has a great first day of 2025, and I will probably be back here later. I got the photo off Ken. So where Ken posted on his page, I got it directly from there. So who's lying? I don't know anybody that's saying anything specific. That's the thing is like I never unless I know, I never say this is what it is. You know? I'll say this is what I think. It's full-time baby, it says. But you guys leave me your thoughts and opinions because I am here. I want to hear them. Oh, one more thing. I am curious. So Gypsy claimed she had an addiction problem to pain pills, right? Which leads me to wonder what's her aftercare like? What is her aftercare like if she is a recovering addict? I want to hear her thoughts on this afterwards. Like, well, because I was a recovering addict that was addicted to pain pills, we had to have this plan put in place. Because, I mean, I have a friend that exactly, I said that earlier, she doesn't have a ban for that. Oh, do they give bans for that? Because I have a friend that's a recovering addict. And when she goes to the dentist, like, they Tylenol, ibuprofen, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not ban for recovering addict during I'm not seeing one, but it seems like that would make sense, right? I would not be shocked, Sharon. But you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. I almost didn't even want to say it because I almost didn't want to say it because I was like, let's wait and see if she talks about it. Like, because I was a recovering addict, we had to do this. I just wanted to wait, but I doubt she watches my channel anyways. I'm like, I don't want to give her any ideas of what she's got to do, like what she's got to figure out, what to address. You know what I'm saying? But I doubt she watches me anyways. As long as they're being monitored, they can take payments at home is what happened with my niece. Okay. Anyways, like this video on your way out, and I will see you guys later. If I get any more information, I'll let you guys know. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.